Well, welcome everyone to the HART Awards 2021, helping to achieve reconciliation together. I'm Charles Parkiner, an independent Aboriginal journalist of Tasmanian descent, and I'm very privileged to be the MC for today's event. First and foremost, Nyama Waranjeri Woiwarang Wulyan Gorin Ganyinu Bik Wenrop Darabandari Nyariana Nyanga Bik Ba Nyagu Gagukal Nangit Yalambu Ba Gamaji. So in the language of the traditional owners of the land on which I am standing today, I've said that I acknowledge that I'm on the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people, that they are the traditional owners of the Darebin area where I currently am, and that I respect and acknowledge that, or their connection to their land, their waters, and their culture, and that I acknowledge and pay my respect to their elders past, present, and those who will carry that load well into the future. I also want to point out that I am on sovereign country. I am on, as I mentioned, the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung. This is land that has been cared for and has been nurturing the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people for tens of thousands of years. It is sovereignty never ceded, and sovereignty I know will never in the future be ceded. Respect also to all my brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles, all the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people out there today, and to everyone attending this amazing event today. It's just so wonderful. And a big welcome to everyone who's here today. We're all here to celebrate the amazing achievements that so many of you, your colleagues, communities and supporters have made in reconciliation. Now, before we dive in, just a few quick housekeeping meetings or points. First up, if you are from outside Victoria, then welcome to our world. This is how we Victorians roll, okay? And the main reason is that we are the only state tough enough to do this sort of stuff. So, but you're welcome anyway. And it's also my absolute pleasure to let everyone know that we are being live broadcast today on 3KND. This is Victoria's first and only Aboriginal radio station operating out of Bundoora, just across the park from where I am right now. And they broadcast on 15:03 AM digital and iHeart Radio. So if you want to hear some good, really good radio, then get onto there. There's a free plug. I didn't even get paid for that. I'll have a word with the station manager later. Now, we're honoured today, and I'm really excited that we have a wonderful Wurundjeri Woiwurrung elder to provide a welcome to country. And please join me in welcoming Auntie Georgina Nicholson.
Well, thank you, Charles, for that wonderful introduction. Always deadly. Hello, everyone. My name is Georgina Nicholson, and I am a Wurundjeri Woiwurrung woman. Wurundjeri being part of the Kulin Nation. The Kulin Nation consists of 5 clans, and they are Wurundjeri, Boonwurrung, Rotherwong, Tanarong, and Dja-Dja-Wurrung. Wurundjeri being all of Melbourne CBD and surrounding country, extending north to the Great Dividing Range, east to Mount Baw, south to Mordialloc Creek, and west to the mouth of Werribee River, with some shared and disputed areas in those areas, some. I would also like to acknowledge and pay my respect to our ancestors who walked and lived on this land as free spirits for millennia. I would also like to acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who are online with us today. And I would like to say hi to you all and welcome to you all. I would like to pay my respect to you all and to your elders. I am very pleased to be doing the welcome today online for the HART Awards 2021. I would like to also acknowledge the Honourable Minister Sean Lean, Sheena Watt, MP, and councillors from finalist projects, elders and traditional owners from finalist projects across Victoria. For those of you tuning in from Wurundjeri country, I would like to say to you, Womanjika Wurundjeri Balak, Yemen Kundabik. So I would just like to tell you what I've said in our Woiwurrung language, and that is welcome to the land of the Wurundjeri people. I would also like to acknowledge all of the recipients for this event, and may I say congratulations to you all for participating in this, and also to VLGA and Reconciliation Australia staff. So for the people who are not on Wurundjeri country, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land you are on today, that you've come online from. And I would like to pay my respect to you all and to your elders. As we navigate our way through this COVID-19 pandemic, I reflect on the legacy of those who have come before me. I reflect on the long, unbroken, strong line of Aboriginal men and women that I come from. I think about the challenges they must have faced, and I do draw strength from them. So my mother, Martha Margaret Nicholson, nee Terrick, was delivered by her grandmother, Granny Jemima, and that was on Corrandirk Aboriginal Mission near the present-day town of Healesville. So Granny Jemima was already teaching our mother the importance of caring for one another, of family and connection to land. Years later, our mother met a deadly Irishman called Patrick, and they met on a blind date in Melbourne in the early 1930s. In 1937, Mummy and Daddy were married back then. It was in a registry office. And they had 16 children, 8 girls, 8 boys, no twins, all single babies, so no cheating, LOL. I'm the youngest of the 16 children, and the oldest is my sister, Pat Ockwell. There will be a lot of people, I expect, online today that know my sister, Pat Ockwell. She is an amazing senior elder who has made a lifelong commitment to her people and to her community. Sister Pat turned 83 last year, and for an Indigenous woman to reach that age is a milestone. Well, they say that Aboriginal peoples don't live as long as other peoples, other cultures. So I think there's about a 12 to 15 year gap there. It could even be more now. And so we do have a lot of sorry business in our Aboriginal families and communities. For those of you, well, I'm hoping that everyone has heard of William Barrack. His youngest sister, Annie Barrett, that's my direct bloodline. So one of our traditions being our Wurrung language, it is part of our rich, deep heritage, and our language, I like to say, has been sleeping, and now we're waking it up, and it's very important to have language. Some of the ways we keep it alive is through song and dance and performances and stories. So the coronavirus pandemic has changed the world in ways we would never have imagined, and the implications for our community have been profound for our health, our well-being and our jobs. So in many ways, this event online today has brought into focus the importance of relationships with family and connecting with one another, connecting with friends and people. I think as people, we do need and we do crave connection, you know, and I didn't realise how important this was until the COVID-19 came in and took over. So it's been a very mentally challenging time, I think, for a lot of people, and it's been quite lonely because I live on my own. I've got my son with me at the moment. So, but I don't mind my own company, so it's okay. Aboriginal culture is the oldest living culture, continuing living culture there is. It dates back to 80,000 years plus. And, you know, Aboriginal people, we do know about resilience and solidarity and connection to land. I believe we are the sovereign owners of Australia, and there have been no treaties with us up to date. And we have never ceded our sovereignty. Maybe that will never happen, I don't know. But please respect the land, waters, the flora and fauna, and respect each other. Thank you for having me online today to do the Welcome Heart Awards. Please take care and stay safe. Thank you.
Auntie Georgina, on behalf of the VLGA, Reconciliation Victoria, and everyone attending today, respect to you for your warm and your generous welcome to your sovereign country. A lot of what you said is thought-provoking. I think it's really still time for a great deal of reflection, and we've got a long way to go till we achieve real truth in this country. So respect to you, to your other elders, and to the people that you proudly represent. And of course, to your sister, 83 years old. That is just too amazing. Wow. Well, we now have another special guest, and I'm really excited. Just a great lineup of people today, because this is a person I've had the privilege of introducing previously at other events where I've emceed, and she's going to blow you away with her performance. She's an amazing and incredibly talented songbird and songwoman. She is Kuku Yalanji, Jirabal and Zenithkez songwoman, Kian. Kian, over to you, sister.
Thank you, Charles. Yunda Yalada Naguburi Kian. Hello, everyone. My name is Kian. I am a proud Kukuyalanji, Jirabal, and Tarsha Islander from Badu Island, and I grew up in Townsville, which is beautiful Bindal country and Walgurukaba country. I'd like to thank Ani Georgina for her beautiful welcome. I'd also like to acknowledge the country that I'm on currently, which is beautiful Wurundjeri Woiwurrung country. I pay my respects to Wurundjeri elders, both past and present, and acknowledge the continuous connection to land and waters, culture and community. And yeah, acknowledge that sovereignty is never ceded, and this land always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you for having me. I'm going to sing my first song called Smoke, which is about sitting through all the smoke until it passes through, and yeah, feeling the calmness. So this is Smoke. Sit until the smoke fades out. Sit until we're okay. How? And I'm trying, but you're sighing. And I'm changing, but you're fading. And I'm giving, but you're taken. Forever taken. My mistake then. Sit until the smoke fades out. Sit until we're okay. How? And I'm trying, but you're sighing. And I'm changing, but you're fading. And I'm giving, but you're taken. Forever taken. My mistake then. Hey, this mess I've made will fade away. Just you wait. Hey, this mess I've made will fade away. Just you wait. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades out. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades out. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades out. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until the smoke fades. Sit until it fades out. Thank you. This one is called Better Things. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. It's an honor to be with you all today, so thank you for having me. This one's called Better Things, and it's about being optimistic and hopeful for the future. I really love this year's theme for National Reconciliation Week, More Than a Word, because I truly believe that reconciliation is possible with, justice and action. And yeah, we can move on to better things and to, yeah. So this is Better Things. Thank you, everyone, for joining me and listening to me today. Best of luck for everyone nominated for the awards. Thank you. I've been wondering how I'd navigate this world. And I've been wondering how to speak my truth out loud and not afraid to get hurt. But how can I grow flowers when all I've got is weeds? So I'm digging them all up and planting some new seeds. 'Cause now I've got a blue to try and get over you, know what to do, so I can start anew, and the paint on to bring will be obsolete. 'Cause one thing I know, we're on to better things. And I've been wondering how to learn to love myself. And I've been wondering how, but I think it starts with my mental health. But how can I grow flowers when all I've got is weeds? So I'm digging them all up and planting some new seeds. 'Cause now I've got a blue to try and get over you, know what to do, so I can start anew, and the paint on to bring will be obsolete. 'Cause one thing I know, we're on to better things. Thank you very much. Mina Big Esso, very big thank you.
Wow. Oh, that was just amazing, Kian. Thank you so much indeed. Kian, just keep your microphone on for a minute, please, sis. Where can people, because I know I'm looking at the comments coming up, and I think that a lot of people want to get your music. I've noticed that you're on Apple Music a bit, but where else can people grab some of your singles there, sis?
Yeah, all online, Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp's great. Yeah, everywhere. Just Google me and you'll find it. Thank you so
All
much for
right.
all the kind comments, and thanks for having me, Uncle.
Good on you, sis. Thank you so much indeed. And I just want to say I was privileged to introduce Kian at an event a couple of years ago, a live concert, and she just blew the audience away. We had hundreds of people at a park in Darebin, and everyone just sat there and we just went, wow, she is amazing. And I want to thank everyone who also sent through those amazing comments, and they're still coming through. That is great. You've got an instant fan club here, Kian, and well deserved. It's my pleasure now to introduce a gentleman who's been very quietly in the background and very patient, a man who carries various portfolios in the Victorian government, quite hefty portfolios, by the way. He's the Minister for Suburban Development, the Minister for the all-important Veterans, and Minister for Local Government. He's a member for the Eastern Metropolitan Region in the Victorian Legislative Council, since 2006, as a matter of fact, so 16 years, and still going strong. To officially open the HART Awards 2021, please join me in welcoming the Honourable Sean Lean. Sean, over to you, sir.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for your welcome, Charles. And it's great to be here. Absolutely fantastic to be here. Can I start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land of which we're all zooming in from, and recognise their unbroken connection to country. I want to pay my respects to the elders past and present and emerging, and Aboriginal Torres Strait Island elders and other communities who may be listening today. It's absolutely fantastic to be here. Can I also acknowledge Arnie Georgina Nicholson for a welcome to country. I promised Charles I'd probably stick to my notes, but when Arnie Georgina mentioned she was a descendant of William Barak, in my previous role as one of the two leaders of the Victorian Parliament, came to my attention more clearly about that William Barak was probably the person that initiated the first long walk, and he'd walk from Hillsville Way to the Parliament of Victoria, and he'd walk with a number of people and insist to talk to the administrators at the time. They weren't called premiers, but administrators, to advocate for the livelihoods of his people. There's a fantastic portrait of William Barak in the State Library, which when I was in my previous role had conversations with the State Library about maybe we could bring that portrait back to the Parliament of Victoria for a period of time and maybe put that portrait up in one of the spots where we've got some really old, dead white people with white mustaches. Take that down and put William Barak up instead. But Charles, that's as far as I'm going to go off my notes, as I promised you. Can I acknowledge Khan's performance, which was just magnificent. It sort of, don't know, you hear those sort of performances and you just want to listen to it all day and knock off work. But I know we won't, but it was just fantastic. Can acknowledge a great colleague of mine in the upper house and a great friend of mine, Sheena Watt, MP, who's here today presenting. Councillor Lambros Tapanos, VLGA President. Shane Charles and Aslan Martin, co-chairs of at Reconciliation Victoria. Catherine Arndt, CEO of VLGA. Diana David, the CEO of Reconciliation Victoria. Terry Gardland, Deputy Secretary of Local Infrastructure at Dwell, and also the Executive Director of Local Government Victoria, Julie Reid. VLGA and Reconciliation Board members, past finalists, councillors and honoured guests. And can I say my interaction in this role with Reconciliation Victoria has been just fantastic. And also the work that VLGA have done since I've been in this role, and the advice and support they've given me in this role has been fantastic as well. So can I really air my appreciation to those two organisations. And of course, today is a great occasion, and I'm really pleased that I can join you at the 8th HART Award. I think, as Charles mentioned, it would have been great if we could all be together face to face, but stealing Charles's words, we're tough in Victoria, we adapt, and we keep moving on. So, but I'm sure there'll be a time when we, in the future, where we can get together. And this won't dampen the awards, and soon you'll hear from outstanding 2021 finalists, the people, the schools, local governments, community groups who are advancing reconciliation in Victoria. These initiatives help build understanding and general respect between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the finalists for their amazing work strengthening communities and building understanding. And once again, just thank you for your work in such an important area. These are the first HART Awards that I've been lucky enough to attend, and I'm really looking forward to hearing, particularly, through my role as local government minister, the roles that councils have played in progressing reconciliation in the community, and in doing so, help shape a better future for all of us. And I've been inspired with the work the local government sector has done in a lot of areas, but having read the précis of the finalists of local government, it just impresses me more and more. And together with the local government, there's the school and early education sector awards. The HART Awards provide perfect opportunity to celebrate, reflect, connect on outstanding work taken in our community. And as a partnership between the VLGA and Reconciliation Victoria, the awards are themselves a superb example of how we can work together towards further understanding and self-determination through a strong grassroots reconciliation movement for all Victoria. The challenges of 2020 have really brought home the importance of community coming together and to stand together. And reconciliation is a part of that. I'm very pleased the Victorian Government has been a proud sponsor of these awards since its inception in 2014. The 2021 winners will receive a handcrafted message stick or a kulamon. The kulamon is the Aboriginal carrying vessel container made traditionally of wood or bark. The winners of the community category and schools early learning category will also receive $1,000 each to support their future reconciliation work. In closing, I want to thank everyone that's involved in the projects, and to the organisers of this award as well, the VLGA and Reconciliation Victoria. As I said before, both fantastic organisations that both do absolutely fantastic and important work. In challenging times, it's wonderful to be reminded of the great work that you have achieved, and applaud the positive change that you have brought to your communities. I would like to wish all the finalists luck and thank them for the terrific programs and initiative they have contributed to reconciliation outcomes and made a real difference in communities across Victoria. And so, Charles, I think that's in saying that. I won't go off my notes any further than that, but just to say what a privilege it is for me to be here. It's a privilege to be a minister in these portfolios, but it's an absolute privilege when I get to be part of such fantastic organisations' work as we're going to see today. So thanks again.
Minister, many thanks for joining us today and conducting the official opening, and also for keeping to script as well as you did. And you are certainly excused those minor transgressions or side trips away from your script, because they were very well considered. So thank you. I also want to extend a special thanks from the Victorian Local Governance Association, the VLGA, and Reconciliation Victoria, and everyone involved in the HART Awards 2021 to two key partners, and that is Local Government Victoria and Bank Australia. The reality is that without their ongoing support, these awards would simply not have the reach and impact they have and have had over the past 8 years. Because certainly as I travel around Victoria in my work, I see evidence of their impact everywhere I go, and it's an amazing thing. And our thanks are accompanied by an assurance that your support, LGV and Bank Australia, that support is making a positive difference in the community. And that really is what it's about. And now, finally, we are on to the awards. Yes. Now, as the Minister mentioned, in each of the categories, we'll be announcing 2 award recipients. That is highly commended first, and then the winners. And both, once again, as the Minister mentioned, will be receiving a handcrafted HART award. They'll be created by Uncle Trevor Clark and Moody Wamba Wamba woman, Auntie Vicky Clark, who is an incredible artist. They're both amazing. So this in itself is almost an immeasurable value. In the community and schools categories, yes, the winners only will receive $1,000 to assist them in continuing their quite often groundbreaking work. And now our very first category, that is local government, and the 2021 finalists are...
The process of creating a document, which we hold very fondly now because this document really means something. We got a plan that isn't just tick boxing. It was so intentional that we have the dialogue and actually listen to all the voices and make sure that the Aboriginal voices are prominent.
Hi, I'm Leanne Clark and I'm one of the facilitators for the St Albans Koori Homework Club. We created the Koori Homework Club because we saw a need to support our families. One of the ways in which our Koori children and families contribute to reconciliation is by doing a little long walk activity. We've had many different groups come and join us, and I feel that by doing this simple act of walking, talking and yarning to people from all cultures builds the foundation for understanding of our rich cultural heritage and the importance of reconciliation in moving forward together as one.
Welcome to Girraway Play Space. The Growth Areas Facilitation Team at City of Ballarat worked hand in hand with our Aboriginal Liaison Officer and Wadawurrung Traditional Owners Corporation to name the first Central Park in the Ballarat West Growth Area. Girraway, which translates to place of play, was born, and we worked with Indigenous artist Tani Jarvis, owner of Kurong Kalat, to create a piece of artwork to visualise Girraway on park signage. Girraway is just the first step in City of Ballarat's plan to recognise the importance of Indigenous place names in all active open space areas in the Ballarat West Growth Area.
We're from Glen Ira and our issue was 26 January First Nations perspective.
We lowered the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flags to half-mast to acknowledge the day as one of mourning for First Nations peoples.
And staged an evening of culture, ceremony and music to bring the whole community together.
It sparked conversations that have since led to tangible reconciliation actions with local schools, community groups and businesses. We're thrilled to be a finalist in this category and in such great company.
Hepburn Shire Council, in partnership with Jarrah Elder Uncle Rick Nelson, present a 4-part film series of on-country tours. The films take us back 180 years to seldom visited environments and events from the early contact period, marking the beginning of unimaginable loss and trauma for the Dja people. The films contribute to reconciliation by educating the community on the truthful history of contact. Acknowledging the truth of our history forms the basis of reconciliation, contributes to the process of healing together.
Our online NAIDOC 2020 program has been built in partnership with our Aboriginal Action Committee and celebrates our wonderful Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community while recognising this year's NAIDOC theme, Always Was, Always Will Be. Included are workshops with local artists and community leaders, stories written by local authors and opportunities to learn more about our rich Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture. We hope you enjoy this very special NAIDOC 2020 celebration.
And Minister, if you wouldn't mind, please, to announce this year's highly commended recipient in the local government category.
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to, Charles. I just want to show that the award winners was sent to me similar to Brownlow medal votes, but not really. But they were sent to me sealed. So I just wanted to prove that I had the right envelopes and they have been sealed. So I can, opening this, confirm that highly recommended award goes to Hepburn Shire Council. Hold on.
Well done, congratulations. And do we have a spokesperson, recipient of the highly commended Hepburn Council to speak?
Oh, hi, I'll say a few words. Thanks, Sean, for acknowledging that, and Charles. I'm Donna Spiller, the Reconciliation Officer at Hepburn Shire Council. It's a real shame we can't be in the room together, but I am zooming in from Djadjawurrung country, and I do gratefully acknowledge the generosity of the traditional owners and offer my respect as we work together towards reconciliation. Firstly, I'd just like to thank Reconciliation Victoria and the Victorian Local Governance Association for giving us the opportunity to showcase this film series with our peers and the extended community. And I think we do learn a lot from each other. And I guess that's the essence of these HART Awards. We get to see these wonderful initiatives from across Victoria, and hopefully we can apply some of them in our own community and in our learning. I just want to especially thank Jarrah Elder Uncle Rick Nelson, who continues the work of his father, Uncle Brian, in building meaningful relationships that help us work together and to advance reconciliation. Uncle Rick is very generous with his time and knowledge and has worked with us on these early contact history tours for a couple of years now. And his voice in the landscape gives us the context of the loss and the suffering that we rarely hear about in our history lessons. And likewise, Professor Barry Golding, who hopefully is in the room somewhere, a member of our Hepburn RAP Advisory Committee, who has generously shared his research to help our community understand the true history in our region, particularly the early contact period. That truth telling helps us build on our reconciliation. And as Council's Reconciliation Officer, I obviously want to thank the organisation, Hepburn Shire Council, particularly our Acting Director of Community and Corporate Services, Andrew Burgess, who's also here today, for supporting me to make these films with my colleague, Inga Hamilton, and for the Council's support to deliver the actions from the RAP. So that they are really indeed more than words. Reconciliation does take action, and I think it's a great theme this year. So just yesterday, I had a school teacher show me how she has used the films in the Dalesford Primary School curriculum, and that's ultimately what we want to see. Our kids learning the truth of our history and knowing who the traditional owners are and the rich culture, both ancient and contemporary, that they share with us. So thank you for letting us be here today and show our films. Thanks for the award.
Donna, I don't think thanks are necessary. Thanks to you and to your colleagues for the amazing work, and congratulations. And Minister, if you could now please open up the next envelope and announce the winner in this year's HART 2021 local government category.
I'm very honoured to. Thank you for inviting me to do that. And before I do, can I just congratulate the finalists, the City of Ballarat, Banyule City Council, Brimbank City Council, Glenera City Council, Mildura Rural City Council, and also congratulate Donna and the Hepburn Shire for their highly commended award. So once again, it's all above board. And I'll go to the winners category. Let me get this out. So the winner of the local government category is Girraway City Council. Congratulations.
Thanks, Minister. Congratulations, Glen Ira. And if we can have, I believe we've got Kelly Weiss from Glen Ira City Council to talk. Kelly, if you can take to the microphone, please.
Thank you so much, Charles. And I'm very excited to speak on behalf of Glen Ira City Council. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land which are meeting. I'm actually up here in Shepparton on Yorta Yorta country, so I'd like to particularly acknowledge the elders past, present and emerging in my area. This is such an exciting award for Glen Eira, and I think it's really a reflection of the theme of this year's Reconciliation Week around taking action, and the work that the team at Glen Eira, including Melissa Bickford and Amy Moore, who are on the screen today, has been so amazing in terms of working with a new council group and a group of executives to help understand the importance and the symbolism of acknowledging what's truly painful about the 26th of January. And to take action on that, I guess, was a really big step for Glen Eira. And we were the only council out of 79 to lower our flag. And we're really, I guess, excited that that's been recognised, and we're hoping that we will not be the only one of 79 next year. I think our vision for reconciliation, which is for a unified, respectful and thriving community that embraces our First Peoples, is something we're deeply committed to, and the work that we're doing under our Reconciliation Action Plan is ongoing. I was so excited to see Kian on today. She was the star of our event on the 26th of January, and we had the absolute privilege of having her and her parents at that event, which was so moving. And in the middle of a very constrained post-lockdown period, we were able to have about 30 community members come and join in that event, which really signified a shift in the way that we treat the 26th of January in this country. And I was really proud to be a part of that. So thank you very much to Reconciliation Victoria and the VLGA for making this possible. It's so humbling to see the calibre of the entries and the fact that we've won the award this year. So I congratulate all of my fellow nominees. So thank you very much.
Many thanks, Kelly, and thank you, Minister, for announcing those awards. Before we go to the next category, I just want to acknowledge a couple of other people as I've been flicking through the attendees here. It seems to be amazing. And also we've just had an update that we have many, many people tuning in also to 3KND Aboriginal Radio right across Victoria. So that's great to hear. But I just want to acknowledge we have in the audience Uncle Vincent Peters. Uncle, it's great to have you there. And I believe we also have Auntie Geraldine Atkinson, co-chair of the First Peoples Assembly of Victoria. I just want to pay respect to my elders there, and also to your mobs and to your countries. We now move on to the early learning and schools category. And this is an amazing body of work that's been going on here. And here are our finalists for 2021.
Womanjeka. We are Carlton North Primary School. At our school, we have a beautiful Indigenous garden.
We created our Indigenous garden for many reasons. Firstly, we wanted to provide a habitat for our critically endangered Victorian matted flax lily. We also wanted a native habitat for Australian flora and fauna.
Most importantly, we like to teach our students and communities about the Indigenous people's culture and their care over the environment. And we commemorate and pay our respects and inform our younger generations about the Wurundjeri people's ownership over our land on which we stand.
And we love to give our students a deep understanding and connection about our Indigenous heritage and our Indigenous elders.
Cornish College's Reconciliation Action Plan contributes to reconciliation by celebrating First Nations knowledge and educating our community. Our Indigenous Plant Trail celebrates how plants were used by traditional owners. Our acknowledgement of country is personalised to the event, as now we truth tell, celebrate and educate. The Coolin seasons are in every student's diary, the school calendar and in the staff room, allowing for discussions and ongoing learning. Developing a reconciliation action plan means that reconciliation is now everyone's business at Cornish.
Teaching cultural education and Indigenous languages in our primary school gives our children and teachers a more accurate picture of the history of their own country. Students of all backgrounds can benefit from being exposed to Indigenous education, as it can contribute to reducing racism and discrimination in the classroom and increase the sense of community in a diverse group of students. We are very lucky to have Brooke teaching our students Indigenous language and cultural education, and they thoroughly love it.
The project here at Melbourne Grammar Grimwade House has been about changing the culture of the school to make sure we're prioritising advocacy and also the perspectives of our first Australians. We've done this at 3 levels. At a student level, we have a Reconciliation Action Team, which is a Year 6 service team who advocate at a student level. We also have a teaching team called the HART team, who are ensuring we are integrating perspectives into English and inquiry. Our executive has also been very proactive, and they have been working with the Cross-Sector Schools Committee and also with Culture is Life, and we have a steering committee at senior school which looks after a whole school approach to advocacy.
Moolat Primary School participated in a pilot project to engage our students in local Wadawurrung culture and traditions. With the generous support of Deakin University, the Wadawurrung Co-op and Department Koori staff, our students and staff were taken on an amazing journey of cultural understanding on country and at school. Students learnt language and traditional art techniques from our Wadawurrung traditional owner and an Indigenous artist, culminating in a collection of historical fiction stories written by the students using local language and the unveiling of a beautiful mural. This project forms part of our school's Reconciliation Action Plan, where we proudly build our community's understanding and take positive action towards reconciliation.
Nyatnyay, Mok Boring. It's being thankful for the Wadawurrung people. It's knowing our true history. It's walking together. It's sharing our culture.
It's a community-wide commitment to reconciliation.
Thankful and proud. Nyatnyay, Mok Boring.
I don't know about you, I got a bit emotional that last one. That is just so amazing to hear young people speaking language and really being at the forefront and the future of reconciliation and justice and truth in this country. Presenting the awards in the schools and early learning category this year, I'm really thrilled that we have proud Yorta Yorta woman, a member of the Victorian Legislative Council for the Northern Metropolitan Region. Please join me in welcoming Sheena Watt MP. Sheena, if you could announce the highly commended in this category, please.
Thank you so much, Charles, and thank you to all of the incredible nominees in that category. I feel like I could watch that 3 times over. That was so incredible, and it gives me great pride to announce the highly commended schools and early years to Moolat Primary School.
Oh, congratulations to Moolat Primary School. And do we have a spokesperson from the school?
Oh, that would be me, I think. Peter Knight here from Moolat Primary School. I'm the principal of the school, and I'm absolutely rapt to be part of the HART Awards this year. I'd certainly like to acknowledge the Wadawurrung people, the land on which our school is situated. We're lucky enough today to be back at school in regional Victoria, so forgive me if there's a lot of noise in the background with students around. Congratulations to the other finalists. They were outstanding. And thank you to Reconciliation Victoria and the VLGA as well for making these awards possible. Our project was a partnership with Deakin University and the regional Koori team and the Wadawurrung Aboriginal Co-op with Corinna Eccles, who's one of the part of the traditional owner group. And we've got a long history working with Corinna, and we absolutely love the work that she's able to do with our students here in building their ongoing understanding of language and of culture and of traditional customs. And our students here and staff really do get a lot out of that partnership that we have with Corinna at Wadawurrung. Our project involved students and teachers learning on country. Our Corinna because of COVID last year, we did a lot of things remotely, like a lot have been doing. We immersed our students and our teachers in history and meaning of local land. And I'm not sure if many of you understand where Moolap is. Moolap is 10 minutes east of Geelong, just beside the Corio Bay, and an area called Point Henry is a very significant part of Wadawurrung people's history. And our students and our staff have found out a lot about that history and the meaning of our school name as well. Students were involved in understanding local language. They learnt some traditional art techniques, and they developed and published this wonderful book, of which I've got a copy here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but everyone who walks in the school seems to leave with a copy of that book. We're so proud of it. But I'd certainly like to thank Deakin University, the team, the Koori team at Barwon Southwest. The staff have provided amazing support for this pilot project, and thank you all for the marvellous work you're doing towards reconciliation. Thanks very much.
Peter, congratulations to you, your staff, and of course, I've got to say, most importantly, the students. That's amazing work that's being carried out down there. I look forward to coming along and doing a bit of a visit, maybe walking away with one of those books, and I think Sheena's keen to have one as well. And Sheena, back to you. If you could now please announce this year's winner in the schools and early years category.
Yes, I'm very, very pleased to do that. And before I do that, it was remiss of me not to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which I come to from, which is Wurundjeri country. And can I thank Auntie Georgina for that most generous and warm welcome earlier. It's been a little while since I've enjoyed a welcome from Auntie Georgina, so that was lovely to enjoy. And is it Carney, the artist? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure I turned it up and all the neighbours could hear. So thank you for that one. I am absolutely delighted to announce the winner of the schools and early year category, and it's Yule Park Peter 8 Community College. Congratulations.
Well done, Yule Park. And we have Bree Dredge, I believe, from Yule Park Peter Waite Community College to speak to us.
Thank you so much, Sheena and Charles. I just need to take a big deep breath. I would like to acknowledge the Wadawurrung country that I'm on, their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that acknowledgement and pay my respects to all Indigenous people that are with us today. On behalf of everyone at Yule Park Community College, I'd like to thank Reconciliation Victoria and VLGA for this incredible honour. Nyatne Mokboreen is so much more than a single project. It permeates all areas of learning and living at Yule Park Community College, and has been a daily journey for us for the past 4 years since we did our CUS training with our amazing Kessos. I would like to thank our incredible Kesso, Darlene Rumler, for all of her unwavering support and guidance, and for walking with us as we continue on our reconciliation journey. I would also like to thank every member of Yule Park Community College, our staff, our students, our parents and carers, and our extended community members for their commitment and enthusiasm to Nyatne Mokboreen and our reconciliation action plan. Congratulations to all of our fellow finalists. We're all doing amazing and important work with the children and families in our care. Thank you very much.
Bree, congratulations to you, your team, your students, of course. It's absolutely fabulous. And I can see that you're pretty excited. And I heard that when you were told that you were a finalist, you were a bit over the top. Well done. And it's great to see that enthusiasm. I just want to echo what other people have said, what Sheena has said and what Bree has said is also that the work that's being done in the schools and early years category is absolutely critical to the future of this country. And it must have been so tough for the judges this year. I know that's a cliche statement that many MCs say, but having seen the quality of a lot of the work that's being done in schools right around the state, it must have been incredibly tough. Congratulations to everyone and acknowledgement of the amazing work that is being carried out. Now, Sheena, we're not going to let you get away. You're with us for the long haul, I'm afraid. And we're now onto the community organisations category. And community organisations really excites me because they're so often they go under the radar. And this is a fabulous opportunity to acknowledge the amazing work that they've done. A quick note that one of the videos in this package, so please don't press play yet, all right, whoever's looking after that, it may trigger some people with photosensitive epilepsy. Now, not joking, there is some flashing lights in this. So if that does include you, I urge you to exercise a bit of caution. And here are the finalists.
The Girraway Ganyi Consultancy YouTube channel was created as a space for Aboriginal and Torres Strait people to share their own unique stories on life, experiences and understandings of their own Indigenous culture. In the theme of reconciliation, the 50 or so Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and their non-Indigenous allies that have participated in the 4 projects that we undertook in order to create the YouTube channel have all come together to share their stories. For true reconciliation to occur, Indigenous stories need to be told by Indigenous people in Indigenous ways, and then will finally be heard. And the YouTube channel helps to do that.
Natanwa, my name is Adeline Thomas. I am Cultural Advisor for the Lake Bolac Eel Festival. An important aspect of the festival is the promotion of reconciliation. In late 2020, the Eel Festival produced a series of 4 short videos. I believe these short videos, alongside the creation of our Black Cockatoo project, both demonstrate unity and good working relations between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians, and is helping to raise awareness and achieve reconciliation not only in the festival but also in the broader community. Wuduk.
Hey everyone, it's Kayla, the founder of Our Sun Lions and a proud Gurindji woman. As part of our process, we put on an event called Our Survival Day. On the Mornington Peninsula, where we're from, there had been no event on January 26 that was a safe space for Indigenous and non-Indigenous people who believe in reconciliation and who believe in change the date. So we created a safe space for those people to come together and be together in a healing environment.
My name's Kent Morris, I'm a Barkindji man and the CEO of The Torch. The annual Confined exhibition provides a forum to raise awareness around the overrepresentation of First Nations Australians in the criminal justice system. It provides a meeting place, a coming together for the men and women in the program to share their stories, experiences with the broader public. It provides an opportunity for Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians to work together to provide a solution to this ongoing issue.
Our body, Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee, has been going for 16 years to help all our young ones and our veterinaries who returned and never returned from wars. So I'd like to say we are doing our best for reconciliation for all peoples.
Incredibly impressive, and I've got to say I would love to see at some stage a full video of all the finalists, because it must be just so amazing. Sheena, thanks for staying with us. You've got a bit of a way to go, actually. So if you could please announce the highly commended recipient in the community organisations category.
Yes, I will very happily do that, and before so acknowledge, of course, the VLGA and pay my respects to Councillor Lambros Tapanos, who's with us today, the President, as well as the chairs and CEOs of Reconciliation Victoria. I'm pretty lucky in that Councillor Tapanos is in fact my local councillor, so can also say hello to him. Of course, this is a really big category. I was entirely had some familiar faces there, and any of us that have worked around Aboriginal communities would see that there's some very important organisations in that category. So I am absolutely delighted to announce the highly commended in the community category, Girraway Ganyi Consultancy. Are you about? This is
thanks, Sheena. Well done. And do we have a spokesperson from the Girraway Ganyi Consultancy?
Yeah,
Hi guys. I do want to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land. I'm here in Balwyn Q, and I pay respect to the Wurundjeri people, elders past, present, and emerging. It's really an honour to be highly, I was going to say condemned. That's not the word. I'm not condemned. Highly, recommended or whatever. I can't think of the title. Somebody, because look, it's not just about me. It is a platform that we've been able to have Aboriginal voices tell Aboriginal stories in an Aboriginal way. One thing that COVID actually did do was stop all my work, basically, as a trainer and consultant, actually being able to get out there. So we actually had time to actually talk to people and talk to people in different ways, which was often via Zoom. We've created 105 little podcasts that are broken into different series. So we actually spoke to some elders, Uncle Vincent Peters, who's online today, Auntie Leanne Sumner, Auntie Heather Kennedy, Auntie Eva Joe, Auntie Maurice Henair, who shared their stories with me, and we were able to create their stories into little podcasts. And the three schools that I've been working with, Woodley School, Scots College, Camberwell Grammar, all their Indigenous students over a year and a half spoke to us, and my son Ash, who I need to thank as well, because part of the YouTube channel was his actual project for his work placement for his Diploma of Community Services and Diploma of Youth Work. So Ash, I need to thank you for all the editing and recording and interviewing that you actually did, and to my family too, my wife Sam and my daughter Grayson, because they did a lot of editing. Lots of editing actually go into what you actually see up there. But I do want to just say to the kids at Woodley School and Scots College and Camberwell Grammar, it was an honour to work with you, to hear your stories, and to share, and to actually allow your stories to be actually shown to non-Indigenous people as well. And the other one that I really loved is the short fact files, where Scots College and Camberwell Grammar students actually were a bit tired of hearing the same questions being asked of them all the time. What's the flag mean? What's reconciliation mean? What's an elder? So they actually created 27 short little videos to break facts and stereotypes. So together it's made up 105 videos with a couple more playlists about to come. So I just want to say thank you to BLGA and Reconciliation Australia and the HART Awards. Thanks, guys.
Sounds fabulous. Congratulations. Sounds like definitely a cast of literally thousands, and definitely looking forward to seeing some of that. Now, Sheena, we're on to the winner in the community category, if you would not mind.
All right. Is it my last one? I think it might be my last one. So I feel like I should do a drum roll or something. I was really excited about the winner in the community category. Fantastic organisation, Our Songlines. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Our Songlines, and we seem to have some happy people there about to acknowledge the award. Over to you guys.
Oh, hello everyone. Just like to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we're on, the Bunurong people. We've got our image up here of how the festival looked and how it felt, but I think we're a bit in shock. We looked at all the candidates, and there's so many amazing people. So we're very thankful. It was a lot of hard work that went into this, and a full community effort of our KESOs, our gathering places, our local businesses all came together. We had our artists who came and did a discounted rate because it was all community funded, and we just felt really thankful to be part of the day and be able to provide a safe space for everyone. So it was all about healing and coming together and really feeling united rather than isolated like you often do on January 26th. So to be able to feel so much people around you who were there to be part of it and learn culture was awesome.
Kayla and Michael, thank you so much, and congratulations, and well done for all the work that I know is going to continue. Now, traditionally, this is where we'd be bringing our event to a close. but there is a twist and a tail in 2021, and it ain't coronavirus. This year, our panel of judges have been so impressed in this particular category, the community category, that they decided on the need to award a special acknowledgement for champions of reconciliation. This award recognises outstanding and extended achievements in reconciliation. And if that decision on the part of the judges was not enough, they further flexed their judicial muscle in determining not one, I thought you'd like that, Sheena, not one, but two finalists this year deserving of the award. And I couldn't agree more. And both will receive a handcrafted HART award. And now to announce the two recipients, Sheena, I hope you have the envelopes because I'm passing over to you.
I had a sneaky feeling there was more, and to have this opportunity to announce the winners of the Champions of Reconciliation, I'm truly feeling quite honoured. So thank you for extending this opportunity for me to announce the winners. The first is one very dear to my heart, the Torch.
And congratulations, The Torch. And we have the organisation's CEO, a man who has been slaving away at The Torch for so long at this amazing. We have Kent Morris. Kent, are you there?
Oh, look, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry that I was getting so many calls from one of the fellas in the post-release program. I had to answer the call. I don't know what we've won up, but I'm just thankful for the ability to be able to contribute in some way from The Torch in regard to the HART Awards and Reconciliation Victoria, VLGA, thank you. What I will say is that, this year's reconciliation theme was one that's really close to our hearts around, it's not just a word, it's about taking action. And this program's been built by the actions of the men and women in the program. So for incarcerated Indigenous men and women and those on their journey back into community, they were the first people that I spoke to and conversed with around what this program should be. And of course, the combination of all of the knowledge and insights and wisdom and learnings from our elders who've worked in this space over so many decades to try and find a way to make positive impacts into this mass incarceration of our mob. The elders, the men and women in the program, these are the two facets that The Torch is the conduit for. And I think this is just an important aspect, I think, of how we look at what we do, is who are we doing it for and how are we doing it. And this is an issue that won't go away. It's an issue that often gets swept under the carpet. We don't even have justice targets. It's not part of the Closing the Gap initiative. But the incarceration, the mass incarceration of our mob is something that we all need to work together for. I'll just quickly say, so you didn't have me here, now you won't be able to get rid of me, that the confined exhibition, the annual confined exhibition, provides that space for conversations and dialogue. These beautiful artworks, I say, this year with the 331 men and women in the program, every painting around that big, beautiful gallery in Glen Ira, that's a First Nations man or woman sharing their story and their lived experience and expressing that need and that desire for change. None of the mob that we work with want to be in prison and caught up in the criminal justice system. And I won't go into all the impacts around why this is such an issue. But what I will say is, together, it's only together that we can resolve this and work towards it. So everyone that comes and supports The Torch, whether it's either buying a set of gift cards or buying a painting or just coming to the exhibition to support it, you are becoming part of the solution. And the only time we'll make that solution is for us all joining together. So thanks, everybody. And look, I'd also like to acknowledge all of the extraordinary organisations and people who've been nominated. I'd also like to acknowledge, caught me off guard a bit, I'm dialing in from the beautiful lands of the Yalukit Willam people of the Bunwarang, where I've lived and worked for many decades. I'm a Barkindji man, so I'm fortunate to be on the country of river people here, being a river person myself. And just to acknowledge all of the support that The Torch and I received personally from the elders and the community here, and to pay my respects to everyone, elders past, present and emerging, because again, without the knowledge and the accumulated knowledge of our communities, I think the work The Torch does, as with so many other communities, wouldn't be possible.
Ken, thanks so much indeed. I just want to make an observation that when we last spoke, which was several years ago, you were passionate then, but the passion seems to have increased 3, 4, 5, even 10-fold. I'm almost scared to interview you in about 4 or 5 years' time. But congratulations to you. And I think congratulations to all our brothers and sisters who are incarcerated and have involved themselves through your work in the Torch program. So well done, my brother, and respect to your mob. Sheena, we still have one more in this category.
Yes, we do. And I was very happy to hear from Kent. Thank you so much. And I have the true honour of announcing the last champion of Reconciliation Award, an organisation that is one of those quiet powerhouses in our community that change the very fabric of our understanding about the history of our state. And I am absolutely delighted to announce that the Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee is the winner of the Champions of Reconciliation Award this year. Congratulations most profoundly to the Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee. And I know that many of us join with you every year in marking that special occasion at the shrine, and to not be able to do it this year is truly a very tough one for many of us. But know that our thoughts are with you, and we will honour our servicemen and women as soon as we're able. So thank you to the Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee for their years and years of service in raising the profile of First Nation service people. Thank you.
Beautiful words, Sheena. Thanks so much. Do we have a representative from the Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee here to speak today?
First of all, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owner of the land and pay respect to the elders past, present and future. It's really an honor to speak on behalf of Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee and also FPSR, the First People State Relations, which we work with. It is really very unique. When we talk about reconciliation here, it's very unique that an Aboriginal elder, that's the late Auntie Dot Peters, AM, and myself started something very unique. I was an ex-Royal Australian Air Force flight sergeant, and she was a community leader from Hillsville and an elder. And we both, for years and years, she has been trying to get the Indigenous soldiers recognized and honored, but she faced difficulties and actually they refused to do so. At that time, when I became the president of RSL sub-branch of Hillsville, she came to me, and myself being of ethnic background, I came to Australia in '76. I joined the Air Force in 1980, and being of ethnic background, I came from Africa myself, from Egypt, and I think there is some connection there. I believe that the Aboriginals are the first mass immigration from Africa that came here. So there is some connection here of ethnic background, and therefore I found that the Aboriginal or the Indigenous soldiers, they served and fought for Australia for many years since the Boer War, First World War, Second World War, Vietnam, etc., up to now. They're still serving, many of them, and have never been honored or acknowledged. And it was very hard for us, Auntie Dot and myself, but we started this reconciliation to honor the Indigenous soldiers in Hillsville in 2006. And since that time, every year, since that time, we have a service with, of course, with the Cabinet Office or the First People State Relations. We both together have a service at the Shrine of Remembrance every year on the 31st of May at 11 o'clock. And to honor those forgotten soldiers. And we have not only honored them in Victoria, now in every state in Australia, we honor them. And that's actually, we have changed the kind of a dark history in our military history. We changed that. We are one, we are all Australians, and we should just move on and work together, reconcile, and be Australian. So thank you all for sharing that with me. I'm very excited, and thank you very much for giving us this award.
Sam, many thanks for your words and your effort. I'm going to take the minister's lead here, and I'm going off script for just a minute or so. I'm actually the son of an Aboriginal serviceman who died as a result of his service in World War II. I just want to say to everyone here, if you do know of any Aboriginal service personnel who have served and who may have had to enlist without their identity, then I encourage you to contact a fellow by the name of Michael Bell. Now, that's not the Gunditjmara Michael Bell, but Michael Bell at the Australian War Memorial. He is desperately seeking information on Aboriginal service personnel who are not recognised as such. And I'm really proud to say that that my father is being recognised for the first time instead of a dark-skinned man, but as an Aboriginal infantryman who fought in both Pacific Islands and North Africa. So it's thrilling, and being an ex-serviceman myself, I'm pretty excited. So I encourage everyone, reach out and let's spread that word. Sam, to you, Arnie Booth and all the others, a heartfelt thank you for your amazing work. And I want to really congratulate everybody. It's been a dream of mine for many years to actually host these awards. Last year was a no-go, and this year, well, I'm standing in my 2019 Ford Transit van hosting these awards, which is really, really strange. But I want to also congratulate the judges who really, in their decision to extend the list of award recipients, have clearly demonstrated the depth of work and commitment from so many people across this amazing state of ours who are working tirelessly, and I mean tirelessly, in healing what was until all too recently an almost permanent rift in the cultural and historical fabric of our community. Your work is making more than a difference. It's changing everything about this state. So well done. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the HART, the Healing and Reconciliation Together Awards 2021. I'll hand over to the VLGA President, Councillor Lambros Tapanos, to also Reconciliation Co-Chair, Yorta Yorta, Wurundjeri and Bunwurrung Man Shane Charles, and Reconciliation Co-Chair Aislinn Martin. First to you, Councillor.
Thank you, Charles. I'm Councillor Lambros Tapanos, President of the Victorian Local Governance Association. I'm happy to be joining this Zoom with Shane Charles and Aislinn Martin, the co-chairs of Reconciliation Victoria. This is the 8th year that the VLGA and Reconciliation Victoria have partnered to host the HART Awards. It is a strong partnership that will continue to grow. Thank you to Wurundjeri Woiwurrung Elder Auntie Georgina for her warm welcome. Thank you to the Honourable Sean Lean, Minister for Local Government, and my good friend Sheena Watt, MP, for logging in and presenting the awards. A big shout out to the talented JLF for your hard work on putting the videos for today's awards together, and also all the staff at the VLGA and Reconciliation Victoria for making today happen. But most importantly, congratulations to all of the winners and the finalists of HART Awards 2021, and I look forward to seeing everyone next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Lambros, and to echo your sentiments, Reconciliation Victoria is also pleased to partner with the VLGA in hosting the HART Awards, and it's fantastic to celebrate the strong partnerships between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal organisations represented across each nomination. Thank you to all the participants for your quick work in adapting and pivoting to this online forum. Thanks to our latest lockdown. Everyone's done a terrific job. Enormous thanks also to sponsorship by Local Government Victoria, and also ongoing support from Bank Australia.
Thanks to Kian for a beautiful performance, and also to 3KND for live broadcasting the awards. So I'll hand over to my fellow co-chair, Shane Charles.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I must pay my respects to my elders, past, present and emerging. Look, it's been an interesting ride, I guess, since I've come on board with Reconciliation Victoria as a co-chair. I believe in reconciliation, and I believe that this is something that we need to do together. It's about learning about each other and off this amazing oldest living culture on the planet, and that's pretty special for me as an Aboriginal person. And that it is a national disgrace that everyday Australians do not know enough about this culture and country and story. So I guess for prime opportunities, through reconciliation, we're seeing some amazing work that's been done. And I guess every year, compared to the last few years, it's evolving at a rapid rate. And in Victoria, we're unique at the moment with treaty and truth-telling on the table. So, reconciliation is something that needs to be driven by both, all Australians. And it's not something that is 9 to 5. It's 24/7. I followed you home. You talk about these amazing learnings that you find about Aboriginal community and Aboriginal culture. True reconciliation does follow you home, and you fly that flag, and we've seen some amazing examples of that. I'm looking forward to the next 12 months, I guess. And as I said, with Rec Victoria, we're about to, embark on another year and, evolving the organisation as you are. Diana and the crew have done some amazing work on lands of respect and, relationships and opportunities. So I just wanted to congratulate everybody. I guess I wanted to pay my respect to any elders that are listening there today. My grandmother would flog me if I didn't do that. Culturally, it's the protocols that we do. So, and any dignitaries there, Sean, I'm not sure if you're still there, but it's been great to have some conversation with you, and I'll look forward to continuing the more conversations and creating a whole lot of magic in reconciliation. So well done, peoples.
Good on you, Shane. Thanks so much indeed. And to Aislinn and Lambros, many thanks. And look, thanks to everyone for staying in. And I want to thank everybody. A special thanks to the judges. It must have been incredibly tough. And I noticed that Aislinn has just mentioned them. Auntie Donna Wright. Auntie, I hope you're out there. And if you are, respect to you and to Tom and Councillor Denise Massoud. Must have been incredibly tough. And once again, congratulations on extending the list of recipients. I'm keen to see what happens next year. And that does really bring us to a wrap on the HART Awards. I want to congratulate all our award recipients. And if you do want to know about the Victorian Aboriginal Remembrance Committee's work, you can find them, I believe, on Facebook. And I'm sure on the internet. They have actually had to postpone their event for this year. We can, if anybody wants to know, we can get that information out to you. Well, I hope to see you all again in person, given that third time hopefully is a charm, next year at HART 2022. Thank you, everyone.